Hello, welcome back, friends. It is sales report day, and I did a load of checkups about 3 or 4 days ago to make sure that I was doing okay and had all my stats ready for you and everything. And I forgot to do the actual video, so I'm actually going to do the video tonight on Sunday the 4th. So you're welcome. Just a brief update. Last year in July, that was my best month probably ever on eBay. This month I was trying and replicate it, and let's just say I didn't. And yeah, so a quick recap: last month was a really bad month on eBay. The other selling platforms kind of boosted it up a bit, and then my other streams of income kind of went up a bit. So it did. I wasn't overtly worried. I paid my bills and I managed to do a lot of stuff, and yeah, it was fine. And I had money to reinvest and everything. All good. And I was hoping that a lot of the work that I did that I've been doing it in July would be paying off, because I've been doing like an accountability thing, and all it is basically trying to list as much as I can throughout July. Did it work? Kind of, and kind of not in the way that I was hoping. So I'm gonna go into my stats and you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is my July, and it's not great. I've been looking at these for a while, and it's like I've got the Junes here. Junes is here. So if just by pure like averages, I mean, I had a couple of, on averages, like a couple of weeks that were over 100, which is good per day, and then 86, and then 82, and then 91. But if I look at this month's, they're pretty consistent actually, all under 100. That's what's consistent about them. 84, 91, 81, 88, and 74. The 74 one is like the last couple of days, so it doesn't really matter. Right, so the greens is the first week, and yeah, I got a couple of over 100 and over 150, which is good. The second week started out, oh god, there we go. Second week started out actually a lot better. £200 day, £157 day, and then straight back down to earth with a 19 and a 10. Back up to 60, and then I finished the week on 139. Yeah, the highs are really high and then the lows are really low. That's the annoying kind of like thing about this. Yeah, look, there it is. Third week, just short of 100, 150, 87, and then 43, 87, and then donut day on eBay. I have to stress it is on eBay. I sold things on like other platforms, but still a bit of a pain. But then I ended the week on 149, so it did kind of balance itself out, and it was an average day was £88, which is good. I mean, for one, I thought I did really badly in July. It just felt like a weird kind of month. I was away for the beginning. I was still on holiday, just the first like few days. So it does kind of like, I don't know, does that kind of reflect it when I came back? I turned off my holiday mode on the, I think it was the 2nd, I think it was this day. So I don't know if that's had anything to do with it, but it did. Look at that, £14 jumps to 120, then 130, 13, and then 9, you know. So I don't know if that had something to do with like the little uptick that I had. Okay, so if you remember, I did something about last year, and that was like one of my best months. I had a net on eBay, my net profit was 2,340. It was really good for me. My turnover was 3,855. Obviously, it's not including Depop or Etsy or Vinted, it's just eBay. I sold 161 items. It was good. It was good. Now this is this month's. So this July was a bit different. I sold 122 items. My turnover was £2,653.92. And with the fees, the post, and the average cost of goods, which I usually, it's about £3.50 odd. Yeah, so that was a big chunk out of it this term. I was paying probably more than 50%. I think that's like, well, that's like 55% of everything after everything's gone. So it's not the best, but ASP 21.86. My net profit was 1,221 and 63p. Now, if I look at June's, I can actually, I'm up, but June was a really bad month. My items sold was only 102. Now I sold 20 more items. Turnover wasn't the best. Yeah, it's a £500 difference. ASP has gone up, and so has the net profit. Now, I don't know. It's bad, but it's not catastrophe. I think if I was going to hit June's month, I needed to beat June's month for it to be absolutely catastrophic, but it wasn't. I've just hung on by the skin of my teeth. I've been writing these down. I'm just going to have to go move my face a minute. Hang on, for you to see. There you go. So as you can probably tell, this is last year. This is 2023. And this is 2024. And if you can see, like January to January, I'm down 9%. February compared to this year's February, I'm down 13%, and so on. In March to March this year, I'm down 49%. That's insane. April 1,585. I actually went up 10% to 1,747, which is good. May, one of my best months. Sorry, last year was a meh month. This year I'm down 27%. Look at those, and so on and so on. 55% down last month, and this month, because last year was such a good month, and because this month underperformed this year. In between the two Julys, look at that, 68%. That's 2/3 down essentially. Or I don't think it's is it 2/3? That's not 2/3. That's not right. How did I do it? Have I done it wrong? Now I'm questioning my maths. I don't think that's right. Have I got that wrong? Somebody who's good at maths, please tell me. I did do the difference. I did do all the working out and everything, and that's what it came out. But yeah, on average, I'm down like 30% on this year compared to last year. Not the best. So that's not the best. I mean, I was looking at last year's in comparison to this year's. I mean, if it is, I'm pretty sure it is 30% that I'm down on. And that's not the way it's supposed to be. I was meant to be 30% up. I am earning enough to pay my bills. I am earning enough to reinvest. I'm earning enough to pay basically everything that I need to pay. However, if I am going to get to where I need to quicker, I need to start earning a lot more. And this is not spelling good news for eBay. And there's a whole range of reasons for it. Like, is it the cost of living crisis? Is it my stock? Is it because I've not been listing as much? I don't know, because I've been doing plenty of challenges, and earlier on in the year I was promoting a lot of stuff and the fees were stupid. So I don't know what it is, what more I can do to push it to where I need to be. Now, luckily, eBay isn't the only source of income. We've got Depop and Vinted. So I'm going to show you some of the Depop and Vinted stuff before I go into my what's sold, and you can actually see some of the items that are sold. So this is obviously the red is in Depop and the blue is Vinted, and you can kind of see like Vinted was kind of just rolling along and I wasn't really taking it seriously. And then in January I thought, okay, I'm going to have to like really take it seriously. And yeah, it just kind of rolled along. Now in May I had a really good month on Vinted, did over £400. That's good for me. In June last month, 275, it kind of went back down to normal. And this month, it was £186 and 49p. Not amazing, but not the best. The same goes for Depop. The Depop March was amazing. I keep saying that, and then it's kind of gone down. It's got a nice kind of like weird curve to it going back down. But yeah, it wasn't an amazing month on Depop either. It was okay, but it wasn't amazing. £257. So if you add those basically together, it's like just over £500 to add to the kitty. And that's just my reselling kind of stuff. So it's not amazing considering the months that I've had. So it's incredible how like certain platforms can turn and just propel you upwards. I know a lot of resellers who are doing a lot better on Vinted than they are on eBay, and that's really interesting. It's like, are they tailoring all their stock to Vinted? And I know, well, it's a lot of clothing sellers, and I know a lot of clothing sellers where they pick up items for like £1 and they only sell them for £10. They're still making money on them. They're still making about £4 or £5 on them, but they've got thousands of these items. So that's why it's more of a numbers game. I feel like it's more not great. It's more quantity, not quality. Although the quality, I'm sure, is fine. But they do. I know some people whose turnover they do like 30 or 40 parcels a day. That's how much stock they've got and how much they have in terms of sell-through rate. I'm not like that. I probably sell about I think on average, probably. I don't know. It's weird because on a Friday last, I sold like 8 parcels. And then on the Saturday, I did about 5. But then on the Sunday, I did about 12. So it's like, it all averages out probably around 8 to 10. I'm not in like the big numbers yet. I'd love to sell 30 a day and list like 30 a day. That would be the perfect kind of ratio. But yeah, not the best this month. And it's kind of starting to... It kind of made me worried last month. And now it's making me angry, and it's making me a little bit scared for my finances. So as ever, these are some of the things that I have sold. Some of them are sold on eBay, Vinted, or Depop. And this isn't all of them. This is just like a small selection of some of my favourites. So this triple like knife, fork, spoon set I bought ages ago for £1. And I've had it up at stupid prices and nothing's worked. Anyway, I tried it on Etsy and I got a offer of, I think it was like £40, because I had it up for like 45 at one point on Etsy. And yeah, I said, yes, that's fine. And then basically I was about to change it and they said, oh, never mind, I don't want it. I was like, oh, okay, fine. These Ed Hardy shorts I got in Sheffield, and they were from a thrift store that was having a sale. Like, it was like one of those boutique second-hand stores. I think, is it called the Glass Onion? They didn't. I think they knew what they had because they had really overpriced stock. But on the sale rail, I did all right. I think altogether they were £5 because I bought a couple. So this little Tiffany light, I got that recently. It was £3, and I put it up for £19.99, and it sold for £15 plus postage. So it ended up altogether £19.20. From the same shop, just not at the same time, was this Squishmallow. This was £3, and I didn't realise, but this one is really good. It's like a medium to large size, and it has like one of these special stamps. I'm still not au fait with the whole Squishmallow kind of phenomenon. There's some that go for a stupid money, but the majority of them are pretty meh. But yeah, this one was pretty good. It's off for £41.21. Okay, so these cocoon glasses were really good. I only got them recently for like £1, and they sold pretty swiftly. The lights at the bottom, I bought a pack of 3 for £5. This is the second one to go. These vintage ones, I love these little lantern ones. They were just ridiculous. £39.50. These two on the right came from the same charity shop. This jacket was £20, and this glass vase was £5. £25, and it's brought in just short of £100, which is not that bad. The jacket, if it was leather, it would be well over £100. I thought that's the one that I had. It wasn't. It's just cotton one, unfortunately. But yeah, this glass vase, blood vase, was gorgeous. And that's sold for £30 as well. This Rebus DVD box set is sold for £18.19 or £13 something. £15 something plus £3.49 postage. Anywho, I got it for £1, and that was literally up. I think it was overnight, and it sold in the morning. It sent an offer, and I accepted and we paid. So I sent it out pretty sharpish. Woolrich shirt. This is from a kilo sale. It's one of the many shirts that I buy from a kilo sale. The average cost of goods from a kilo sale is usually between £3 and £4. I put them up for 20, except 15. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Really good bread and butter stuff. That this is a Just Cavalli shirt, like top thing, and I got it in Dublin for €5, and it's now sold because the designer Cavalli, Roberto Cavalli, he passed away recently, so a lot of his stuff is it's boosted up in price a little bit. And yeah, that went for £31.69 to a repeat buyer, I might say. Now, this month has been all about the lampshades for me, particularly the big ones. The little ones, not so much. But I haven't really got a lot of little ones, actually, just thinking about it. But the big ones are definitely flying out. This Capri lampshade, I did actually spend £6 on, so it wasn't cheap. But yeah, I took a punt because it was green, but it was a bit different. Yeah, that's off for £31.50. This bizarre alien UFO-shaped one was £1. And I got that at jumble sale, and that's all for £41.50. Weirdly enough, the designer of this, I've forgotten his name. I should have really looked it up. I think it was a family member got in contact with me and basically said, "Oh, where did you find that?" I'm a family member. I think it's his niece or something like that. And I was like, "Oh, I got it from a jumble sale." And she was like, "Oh, right, I was just wondering." And I was like, "Okay." So that's just really interesting. I have had that happen before, where somebody's artwork, their relative has actually got in touch with me asking me, "Do I have any more?" Because they're a relative, they're collecting them. I was like, "Oh, no." But yeah, it's interesting to know. Anyway, yeah, so this one on the far right, I spent £4 on. It's just a giant wicker like lampshade. No kind of design or anything. It's just nice, old-fashioned and pretty cool. That's all for £44.50. This is the last slide because I'm going through them pretty quickly. This toy, it was £19.99. I accepted £15. Plus £3.50 postage, it's £18.50. Basically, I get these from like a charity stall, and she basically does me a deal. It's usually around 3 or 4 plushes for £1. So it was basically like 33p. It wasn't that much. It was really good. On the same day, I got this. Not the same carboot, but the same day. Yeah, I spent £3 on this Hawaiian little statue thing, and it was the same deal. I put it up for £19.99. I accepted an offer of £15, and it was £3.80 postage. Easy. I got these boots. These are riding boots from a charity shop for £4. They worked out as, and yeah, they've sold. I took an offer from them as well. They were really good condition, so I didn't expect them to go so quickly. But yeah, I didn't expect them to stick around for very long, if you know what I mean. Anyway, yeah, so they've gone for £28.12, and that's pretty much all I'm going to show you. I obviously. There was lots of other things that I've sold, a lot of clothing, but I don't know, I feel like clothing gets people a bit bored. But yeah, I can definitely say my favourite, the most popular item, brand that I've sold this month was Fat Face, and it was those linen shirts, and I had loads up, and they've just been flying out, which is great. Okay, so that's pretty much everything. Yeah, July's not been the best month, which is kind of like, it hurts a little bit, and it kind of makes me angry because I've been putting in a lot of work. So the days have been very whiplashy. I like when the highs are high, they're really high, and when the lows, they're like barely anything. Yeah, so it's. I know everyone like says, oh, consistency, and on average this month was hitting roughly around £80 a day. It's not good because I need my minimum to be a minimum £100 a day. That's what I've kind of like said to myself. It's like a personal kind of a goal. And last year was a really good year, and it just kind of like stings a little bit. But you've got to carry on. That's the thing you've got to do. Even if you have a shitty month, you've got to kind of pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and just roll with it. And just keep listing, keep sourcing, and if you can't source because you haven't got, money to invest in stock. I sold some computer games of mine that I didn't need anymore. Just try it. I would definitely go through your wardrobe. If you haven't got the money to source, definitely go through your wardrobe, downsize a bit, have a bit of a clear out, and just it'll keep you busy until you hit those sales, if you're doing it part-time. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, this is just, this month has really kind of like thrown me a little bit, not gonna lie. I feel like next month, August, well, this month technically, the summer slowdown has already happened, I feel. Hopefully I can bounce back in August, and I'll keep on listing. I'll keep trying to list about 20 a day. But yeah, I hope it really does pick up in August. And then of course we're in Q4, and it does kind of get better from there. But yeah, I really need to pick up my game. If I'm going to at least make up that 30% that I've been losing this year, I really need to up my game a little bit. Anywho, we live, we learn, we move on. But yes, how are your sales? How have they been? Have they been okay? Have you found that July was an absolute car crash of a month? Hopefully not. Hopefully you've been making banking sales. But yes, I'm going to love you and leave you. And yeah, see you all next time. Bye-bye.